Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me again today. My name is General Confusion, and this is once again Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. I apologize for this being a little bit late. It was supposed to come out on Saturday, but I've been a little under the weather lately and busy with work and all that such, so didn't get it out in time. Oh, there's another Isle of the Deep. Can we capture it? Nope. I only have one move, so I might as well attack. Wouldn't be able to get away anyway. Yay, we win. This guy, he's actually fairly obsolete at the moment, but we'll send him down... Oh, come on. I said we'll send him down here to hold off Miriam. Okay, here come the Peacekeepers, being a nuisance. Since we have started a war with them, we're going to lose this Chaos Rover as well. Goodbye, boom. There are some Locusts of Chiron attacking me. Let's keep pumping out these Nessus mining stations, because just free minerals for every base is pretty decent. Oh, we also have the telepathic matrix. I don't know if I talked about this before. I don't remember, but it stops drone riots from happening ever, which is pretty handy. It's only available to eudaimonic civilizations, to civilizations that have discovered eudaimonia. You don't necessarily have to have eudaimonia, but... you have to at least know about it in order to construct the telepathic matrix. But, as I said, I think here we'll just work on a Nessus mining station for now.
Population reached.
So Morgan Transport has the robotic assembly plant, and so now it is producing 54 minerals per turn. That's pretty crazy. So over here, we will build the telepathic matrix, so then we will never have to worry about drones ever again. Clean shard penetrators to clean shard needle jets that can move faster. Oh, I think we just discovered quantum power. Yeah, sure.
Heaven lasts long, and earth abides. What is the secret of their durability? Is it because they do not live for themselves that they endure so long? Lao Tzu, Data Links.
Okay, so we have discovered quantum power. So, with the unified field theory, basically we discovered that individual quantums could be split, like atoms can be split through fission, and so we've now invented the ultimate fission, the ultimate power release from splitting the very, very smallest piece of anything. Although, of course, we don't need this because we already have things powered by black holes. But this allows the quantum lab, which is like the fusion lab, it increases economy in labs, and it allows quantum machinery, which unlocks the quantum laser, and the quantum converter, which increases minerals output. Again, if you stack all the mineral output increasing buildings, you can get a base that produces just an absolutely absurd quantity of minerals. As I'm sure you could have guessed. Over here, we're building the telepathic matrix. I don't even remember what all exactly this we're building. I know we're building the network backbone somewhere. I think we're building the cyborg factory as well. Let's just build another Nessus mining station. This place is producing 48 minerals itself.
Complete.
Veil of Winds. That was an energy lab. Yeah, let's build a quantum lab.
Production complete.
Training camp has got its aerospace complex, so now it's getting free minerals and energy and nutrients and all that. How many free minerals is it getting? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's getting 3 free minerals right now. So that's actually a big multiplier to everything that's going on in my civilization. But let's get a tree farm at training camp. Okay, I'm just going to be going through bases for a little while. I'll be right back. Okay, so the Air Force is ready. This clean shard cruiser, I could go up here to take care of this Gatling foil, but I'm not scared of Gatling foils. But, although I already have a free unit right here, so that clean shard destroyer can capture UN Marine Agency. I spent all my money hurrying up the network backbone, so we should get that next turn. Let's get a Rec Commons over here. You still don't want drones, even if you don't have drone riots, because drones aren't productive. You can't actually use them as workers. So you still want to get rid of them as quickly as possible. But when they don't have drone riots, they're not nearly so big a deal. And this clean shard cruiser will go up here to destroy that guy. Hi, Lau, what do you have to say? You want quantum power? No. No. Yep, Vendetta. Okay, that's fine. Goodbye, Lal. Let's get that missile artillery on this transport. This trained Chaos Copter can just fly on over to UN Enforcement Base. And this Clean Shard Chopper can move down here. Ooh, he's got some supply crawlers out. Not for long. Clear him out just to open the way for our forces. How many moves do we have left? We will need 3 moves to get back home, which means we can attack up to 4 times. Oh yeah, this is only a fusion-powered chopper. Okay, there we go. UN Court of Justice cleared out. This guy can just go in there, because he automatically heals when he takes over a base. So we definitely want that. Let's get the recycling tanks and the rec commons, and probably a children's creche for efficiency. Then this guy, can he reach it? Oh, he can't quite reach it. Darn. Hi, Lal. Stop talking to me. Unless you're surrendering, I don't care. Alright, you guys move down there. You rest up. Aha, here we go. That Chaos Rover can take it over. Excellent. And let's once again set up our little thing here. We can build the Tachyon field, which doubles our defensive power again, or rather adds 100%. So I believe that's only 100% of the original, which means that somebody behind a perimeter defense and a Tachyon field is only 300% in total as opposed to 400%, but that's okay because 300% is usually enough. You, Clean Shard Destroyer, you just hang out there, make sure that base doesn't go anywhere. Let's keep blowing up Lal's stuff, just to make sure he doesn't have anything that can stop us. He has a lot of formers for somebody who has not done much farming. Much forming, that is. Why is this guy here? Oh, right, he's picking up pods. And this alien artifact is trying to go home. So you get based out of UN Marine Agency there. That cruiser transport can land its dude. And you, Clean Chaos Cruiser, you can patrol for more peacekeepers. You, meanwhile, need to rest. You need to rest. You don't need to rest. Miriam is basically militarily defanged at the moment, so we will go after the peacekeepers over here as well. Oh, that's a transport. Hey, transport, die for me, please. That is an old transport. Old and outdated. But let's just clear out some of these garrisons so my C units can take over. There we go. Hi, Lal. You keep saying exactly the same stuff, and it's never going to change my mind. I mean, really. Okay, this guy, he's carrying, oh, just missile units and some mindworms. Yeah, you can keep exploring for pods. That's fine.
Pod recovered.
Ooh, free Nessa's mining station. And then head over there. Link to the network node. Let's see what we get.
Our scientists now use fractal theory to teach the molecules to assume or resume a particular form. Substances of amazing strength become simple once the formulae are properly computed. Colonel Corazon Santiago, the Council of War.
Okay, so with probability mechanics and the ability to control nanomachines, nanometallurgy, although it's interesting, nanometallurgy, it requires nanotechnology, but it doesn't actually appear to depend on nanobots. We're using probability mechanics to affect the way that the metals just naturally fall out at the molecular level. So, you know, theoretically, there is always a chance that any given thing will happen. You know, normally it's an infinitesimally small chance. But there's always a chance that, you know, for example, ores will just naturally combine to form a perfect sheet of metal, right? That's theoretically possible. It's one of the combinations that the molecules could take. Well, we apparently use probability mechanics to make that happen now. So this is old tech combined in an interesting new way based on ideas that we've come up with through nanotechnology. And so this allows for a bunch of interesting unit advances that actually we won't see much, because so the deep pressure hull allows a sea unit to be a submarine, which basically means it's cloaked. Nobody can see it. The carrier deck allows a seagoing transport to carry air units. Air units can land on it and refuel. And the repair bay allows transports to repair the units that they carry. So now we can create submarine aircraft carriers with built-in repair bays, which is cool and all, but at this point in the game, you don't really need this. This stuff all kind of comes too late to have an effect on how the game is actually going to go, because, I mean, look at this. I'm just absolutely in charge at this point. It doesn't matter that I have these new things here, these new abilities. I'm probably never going to make a unit that uses any of those abilities, because there just isn't much of a point. I mean, maybe if you were playing a multiplayer game, and you actually still had competition at this point in the game, that would be one thing, but against the AI, you never do. You've always either won or lost the game by the time you get to this point. Okay, blowing up more of Miriam. Oh wow. Okay, so she has actually reacted now. The AI does this eventually, and I kind of like it. She's upgraded one of her missile squads to have AAA tracking, which doubles her strength against air units, and since this is a very obsolete missile penetrator, that actually buffs her odds to the point that I can't safely attack that unit. I can attack this unit, though, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so we at least got to do some damage there. These cruisers over here could actually stand to be upgraded, but I think I'm out of money right at the moment. Yeah, I only have 12 credits in reserve. So I'm just going to move one of these guys over here to face off against the Peacekeepers, and keep bombarding these guys over on this side.
Complete.
Okay, so the Peacekeepers are moving. Ooh, Energy Bank at Fort Superiority absorbs major power surge. 50 energy credits added to reserves. Okay, so this is the other side of that, that major power surge random event. When the power surge happens, if you don't have a nearby energy bank, it damages one of your facilities. If you do have a nearby energy bank, you actually get money. It's only a tiny amount of money, but still money.
Indigenous life forms.
Oh dear, the mind worms are really hitting us now. It's because we've started building all of these mineral production increasing buildings, and mineral production agitates the mind worms. So, let's see, let's keep building Nessus mining stations, shall we?
Complete.
Sparta Command has got its hybrid forest, so now it's rocking and rolling. Let's get an aerospace complex in
Maximum
there.
population reached.
More base management, ahoy. One thing that the game, one criticism you could definitely level against this game is that it does involve a lot of energy and base manipulation. Now, I happen to like that. It's not, I know,
Production
the
complete.
most stunningly entertaining watching at times. But, you know, I really enjoy the game, and partially for that reason,
Maximum
because
population reached.
it lets you manage all of this stuff. And all this stuff, you know, happens all the time, and you can tweak it. Okay, so now we've got the network backbone. Let's see what that does for us.
Of course, we'll bundle our MorganNet software with the new network nodes. Our customers expect no less of us. We have never sought to become a monopoly. Our products are simply so good that no one feels the need to compete with us.
Okay, so the network backbone. That little quote there, interestingly, in case you don't know, that was a poke at Microsoft, who had said something similar when asked about Windows, because Windows was coming bundled with, of course, new computers that people bought. And people were accusing Microsoft, this is back in 98, 99, people accusing Microsoft of being a monopoly, which has sort of fallen out of fashion lately as Apple especially has gotten much bigger, and as Android has started cutting into the computer market a little more. But back when it was just all Windows all the time, people were much more on Microsoft's case about the whole monopolistic thing. So this is a jab at Bill Gates, basically. But it's interesting, and of course, so the network backbone, you saw in that video, it was showing us, all the different bases. So obviously, we've now linked all of society through this huge internet, basically. We've created not only the planetary internet as we think of it, but we've linked all the network nodes, and thus probably all the hologram theaters and everything, into one giant network. So this eliminates the negative effects of cybernetic, which means we could switch to cybernetic now and get plus efficiency, planet, and research with no police penalty. So let's actually take a look at that and see what would happen. Garden of Paradise, meanwhile, should build a robotic assembly plant for the extra minerals. That would help them. Port Grace, I don't really care about you, Port Grace. You don't do anything useful. Build a network node. Why not?
Production complete. Maximum population reached.
Okay, so let's look at our social engineering. So we have eudaimonic right now, which gives us the economy boost, the growth boost, and the industry boost at the cost of morale. So the +2 economy there, I talked about this way back at the beginning when we were discussing social engineering. +2 economy is the holy grail because it gives you +1 energy each square. So see, if I switch from eudaimonic to cybernetic, our income drops by almost 200 immediately. Now, the planet thing doesn't actually help us much. It does give a small bonus to psi combat. This would speed up our research, but it would also increase our mineral costs, which I'm not a huge fan of. Our morale is penalized, but I don't really care about that. Now, thought control would crush our income and our breakthrough rate. It would increase our breakthrough rate by 50%, which is to say 2 turns to 3 turns. And all it would really do is increase police and morale. Probe doesn't matter to us because we are not using probe teams, and we are immune to probe teams. So I'm going to stick with eudaimonic. But it is interesting that we could now go cybernetic with no downside. Except, losing what eudaimonic does for us. This base here, what do we have here? Do we have any? We have some energy production. Let's move you over there. But what do we want? What do we need? Let's get a children's creche to decrease that inefficiency there. This Isle of the Deep isn't actually carrying anybody, so maybe it can move down to the front lines to be a combat transport. Now, there is also one other thing. As you get later in the game and everything gets bigger and you keep hopping around like this, you run the risk of forgetting things sometimes. So if I recall correctly, we were under attack by mindworms somewhere nearby. This Isle of the Deep is actually already carrying 2 alien artifacts. Where's an unlinked node? Where's the closest one? Great Lagoon has an unlinked node 8 spaces away. So we'll go up to Great Lagoon, we'll move this guy up north, we'll drop off one of our artifacts in Great Lagoon, then we'll pick up this other one and keep moving to drop all those off. Yeah, that's a lot of tech advances right there. Let's keep planting forests. This guy will attack UN Enforcement Agency or not. Okay, so here's the thing about psi combat. Notice how the odds are 4 to 9. Well, when you compare, strength ratings are actually very similar, so you would think that the odds should be even, right? Wrong. This is the thing. Mindworms have power 10 because their reactor rating is fission. They have a 1 reactor rating. So power 10. 10 times reactor rating, that's the HP of the unit, right? Well, this Peacekeeper missile needlejet has a fusion reactor. So it is times 2. So it has power 20. So despite the fact that their overall strength ratings are the same, this Peacekeeper missile needlejet, since it has twice our HP, its odds are doubled, basically, because it can take twice as many hits. And hits are assigned randomly or pseudo-randomly according to whose strength rating is higher. So we're going to lose this attack just because these mindworms have a reactor rating of 1. This is why mindworms aren't very useful late game. When you're going up against people who have 3 or 4 times your health, it doesn't matter that, you're fighting based on morale as opposed to weapons. So against the Peacekeepers, mindworms are only really going to be useful as occupation forces. Because see, look, I can try that, show that again. Yeah, 3 to 9 because it's only a boil. So it's all about this power rating. That's why reactors are so important in combat, and it's why mind worms become so much less useful over time. So in the early game, for a rush, mind worms are super useful. And see here, I have power 40, so our odds are huge. My strength rating is only a little more than twice his, but my odds are, what is that? That's almost 10 times. Solely because of the reactor thing.
Perhaps a careful review
And this
of your
infantry
options
unit, yeah, this
is in
infantry
order.
unit totally overpowers this synth metal garrison.
Perhaps a careful review of
No,
your
don't
options
await
is in
preparations.
order.
Wipe them out.
Perhaps a careful review of your options.
Yep,
is in
keep
order.
going. Wow, they have a lot of synth metal garrisons in UN Information Agency. Oh, they're almost done now. This transfusion transport can go somewhere, do something more useful with itself. This guy, I should have attacked in a different order. I should have attacked with the Chaos Copter first
Combat report.
to clear out the defenders,
Unit
because the
mass
Copter
required
can't
ability.
actually occupy that place.
Request confirmation.
Let's hurry up with our garrisons,
Request confirmation.
just to get them done. He has 7 moves left. It'll take 2 to get back, so he can attack 3 more times. One, 2, and 3. Okay, back home you go. You just wait and heal up. You airdrop into UN Information Agency. Which is a totally worthless base, but you know what? We're taking it. We're taking it because we can, and because we want Lal to die. That's the biggest reason, really. So they are building a AAA defensive unit over here, so let's try to clear this base out before they finish that.
Combat
Because
report.
I don't really want to deal with bases that have the ability to nullify my air power. My air power is very important. So they're building a missile artillery over here, a missile speeder over here, aerospace complex, missile infantry. Yeah, missiles is as far as they've gotten. Missile marines, missile speeder. And Miriam over here is also building missile stuff, as well as a colony pod. Interesting. And a cruiser transport over here. So she's probably going to try to launch that cruiser transport with a colony pod and get away somewhere. So I'll have to keep up a patrol over the north side of Miriam's territory. You, meanwhile, you can't do much, actually. You can do a little bit of forming. And you, sir, can go clear out some more units here. Okay, there's a piece of the Peacekeeper Air Force. Let me see if I can upgrade this guy to... Actually, I need an interceptor. This missile foil is obsolete. Good. So let's get Plasma Shard. Nothing. Deep Radar is fine. And Air Superiority. Shard Interceptor only costs 60. What about with the Singularity Engine? With the Singularity Engine, it costs 80. Yeah, we'll give it the Singularity Engine. 80 is not that much. Now, can I upgrade this guy to a Shard Interceptor? No. He doesn't have the Interceptor trait. Man.
Request confirmation.
But I can upgrade him to a better, just a better ship. A better plane. Why did I say ship? It's not a ship, it's a plane. So that's cool, at least. I need an interceptor because this missile interceptor over here is going to start fighting my air units. And air units attacked by an interceptor have a huge penalty unless they are also interceptors. In which case, both sides have bonuses, and the combat gets very, very lethal very, very quickly. So I have 5 more moves. I need 5 moves to go home. This clean shard copter can fly down there. Do some exploding. Yep, just blow him up. Come on. There we go. Good clean shard copter. Now back to your house. You, go over there. Hi, Lau. Do you have anything more interesting to say? Do not think to threaten me with your planet-busting weapons, for I am assured by my fellow faction leaders that they will unite behind me to punish any such atrocity. Right, so this is what happens if you go nuclear. When we go nuclear, I should say. All the other faction leaders attack you. Even the ones that have surrendered to you. So, Zakharov, the university, for instance, are going to go ballistic when I use nukes. Nope. No, prepare to be annihilated. So be it, vendetta upon you, that's fine. I'm just waiting for you to surrender, Lau. Actually, I'm not. You're right, because I'm going to have to kill everybody anyway. Sad. So yeah, as I was saying, we're going to have to deal with Morgan's solar effects, and we're going to have to deal with Oceanographic Lab and Marine Biology Lab. So, I'm going to get some of my C units moving up in that direction. And I'm also, actually, going to shift Morgan Industries off of Governor.
Insufficient energy.
We'll finish the hybrid forest. We'll probably hurry it up next turn. And then we'll maybe get some military units going. Actually, I don't... Morgan Industries could build things. Morgan Transport is building the telepathic matrix. That's taking up all its time. Morgan Interstellar is building the nano factory. That'll be finished very quickly. So, yeah, I guess it will be Morgan Industries and Scrungus's abode over here. After that, Ness's mining station. Why don't you get me a drop shard squad, or a couple, and Morgan Industries get me a drop shard squad, or a couple. So basically, we'll get some air and naval units up here, we'll take out the defenses, then we'll drop in on them. And Morgan Solar Effects over here won't be too troublesome. Let me also get, in Morgan Construction, we're going to turn off build. And it's building a hybrid forest. It doesn't really need a hybrid forest, actually. I'm going to change away from the hybrid forest and get a trained shard chopper. Or should I get a clean shard copter? Yeah, let's go clean. I don't want to spend any minerals on maintenance. So yeah, we have built our first Singularity Planet Buster down here. It is ready to go. Who else is building them? Let me look at my base status for a moment. Okay, monitoring station. I wonder why they have the exclamation marks after them. I don't know what those mean. Possibly they're over some kind of threshold. Forest Primeval is building one. They may be over a mineral production threshold, I'm not certain. Okay, so we've got Forest Primeval and Monitoring Station, both also building Singularity Planet Busters. We have 5 turns to go there, and 3 turns to go here. So we'll be able to finish those off pretty quick. You can fly over here and blow up UN headquarters. Okay, Singularity Planet Buster. It has 20 moves. It can only... It's like a plane. It only has 1 turn's worth of fuel. So if it... Or it's actually worse than a plane, even. If it ever runs out of fuel, it crashes. So it can only ever move 20 spaces. So I think I'm going to have to go this way. I can go to Accretia Discovery and then hop down.
Turn complete.
Oh, the Believers are coming out to play. Ballsy. And so are the Peacekeepers. I didn't know you had it in you, Lal.
Indigenous life forms.
Ah, yep, there come more mindworms. Okay, so we were building the network backbone in 2 places, it looks like. Whoops. We will change this to the Dream Twister.
Project initiated.
Got another Nessus mining station. Let's keep doing that.
Maximum population reached.
A tree farm. We'll make a
Maximum
hybrid forest.
population reached.
Another tree farm, another hybrid forest.
Maximum population reached.
Ah, okay, we have developed.
Men in their arrogance claim to understand the nature of creation and devise elaborate theories to describe its behavior. But always, they discover in the end that God was quite a bit more clever than they thought. Sister Miriam Godwinson, we must dissent.
Okay, so now we have developed quantum machinery, which allows us to build quantum lasers, which are strength 16 weapons. We can also build the quantum converter, which once again increases minerals output. So this is an interesting thing about this game. We have a lot of these kinds of facilities now. I think we have 4 different facilities that all increase minerals output at a base by 50%. And they're cumulative. These all came with technologies that were quite late in the tech tree. So right as you hit the end of the game, as you're in the home stretch coming in towards the end of everything, you really start to accelerate. Your mineral production starts to accelerate, which means armies can get larger. Your research really accelerates, which means technology is coming faster and faster and faster and faster. Everything just really speeds up, and you even start to develop these new chassis types that move very quickly and don't require fuel. So everything accelerates, which sort of, on the one hand, it counteracts the tendency of the game to start to slow down, because each turn requires much more micromanagement. And also, it pushes you into causing more and more ecological damage, because as your mineral production increases, the eco damage caused by bases increases. So you notice we're getting attacked by mindworms again. Even though we have all these forests and everything, we are still getting attacked by more mindworms because we have bases that are producing like 50 minerals. And that just causes mineral production, causes attacks by mindworms. I wonder what that white thing in the middle there is. Yeah, that's normally not there. So with a fission plant, you have a window. With a fusion plant, you have a differently styled window. I never actually noticed that before. The window changes with each reactor. Huh. Cool. We have the hover tanks. We have never built a hover tank yet. Yep, all these quantum units. Quantum, 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 quantum,
Production
quantum.
complete.
Okay, Nessus Mining Station. We still have a synth metal sentinel here in Nessus
complete.
Mining Station. Proceed.
Production complete.
Where's Nessus? Where? That was funny. In the Flowers Breach, we have Transplasma Sentinels. Down in Silverbird Park, we have this Empath Plasma Skirmisher, who is going to come up here and capture those mindworms. Good job, Empath Plasma Skirmisher. I'm going to upgrade you into, oh my goodness. Let's go Transphoton Garrison. Yeah, make that upgrade. Now, give me just a moment. I'm going to spend my money to hurry up my other Singularity Planet
Request
Busters.
confirmation.
So, make a partial payment. We don't need to spend 470 because that will take it down to 0 turns. We only need it down to 1 turn. So let's try 200. Yep, that'll do it. And then, where's my other monitoring station?
Insufficient
Let's
energy.
hurry that up. Okay, we'll still take 3 turns because that's just how it is. Ooh, that mine isn't being used, actually. We can use that mine. Yeah, that increases our minerals by a couple. This Singularity Planet Buster can go to Razorbeak Wood.
Nutrient resources.
So we have some mindworms right here, which we can move up to Morgan Interstellar in preparation to attack Morgan's solar effects. Morgan Energy Monopoly needs to stop building mindworms. Instead, we can build clean quantum shock troops. Since, as I pointed out earlier, mindworms are not terribly useful against anybody with upgraded reactors. So you just wait there. Let's move up that way.
Nutrient
Grab
resources.
that pod. We only need the one.
Bot recovered.
Ooh, alien artifact. Yay. You get back on the boat. You move up here. You can dump these troops off to take out Morgan's solar effects when the balloon goes up. I would like to take over UNC habitat here while it's undefended, because it's building a AAA plasma garrison that will make it very hard for my air units to take care of it. Keep exploding, people. Just keep blowing them up. This is just maintenance at this point. We're basically essentially what we're doing is forcing the enemy to waste minerals by destroying what they spent those minerals building. So, you know, we're just kind of... It's a nuisance thing that we're doing at the moment. Excuse me while I kill this guy. I mean, how dare he? He blew up one of my formers. How rude. Yep, UN Ocean Authority is mine.
Insufficient energy.
And we can build a photon garrison there, that'll be cool. And then let's get a rec commons and a network node for all that drone suppressy goodness. Do we have any other... Hi Lau, do you have... Oh, are you going to try to... Yeah, that's what I thought. You're not getting quantum power from me, Lau. It's just not going to happen. You can list that under things that will never happen. Nope. We need AAA Silksteel Sentinels, I think. Silksteel will be fine. That'll be plenty enough to stop him from destroying any of my units when he attacks, with the extra 100%. And, I can't upgrade him, he moved. And you... Yeah, you move over there. Just get in the stupid... Why can't you move?
Unit max required ability.
Why can you not... That's an air unit. It doesn't have... It doesn't have a control zone.
Combat report.
Anyway, we're just going to blow up all of the Peacekeepers' stuff that's supporting them here. They do have lots of... Can I destroy the sensor array here, please? Nope. Apparently not. This ECM Photon Garrison can just hold there. You can stay there. You go... Oh, come on. You all go into UN Information Agency. This Drop Shard squad can airdrop into one of my bases, avoiding any possible damage. This Clean Shard Chopper can come down here. He can hold the Clean Shard Cruiser. Yeah, he should move this way to go take care of that little space. These Locusts of Chiron. So Locusts of Chiron can attack air units. They're SAM. They have the air unit attacking ability. Can I upgrade this guy to a interceptor?
Order.
No. I really want to. I never get to do the things I want with my giant army of destruction. Why are you building a Singularity Cruiser Transport? You don't need that. You need a Singularity Planet Buster. No, you need a tree farm. You can just stay there, honestly. I don't need you.
Invalid terraform command.
Alright, let's get another tech, shall we? Clean Quantum Shock Troops to Clean Quantum Squad. I think we just...
Preliminary analysis indicates that our rivals have developed a safe and reliable method to simulate conditions existing on the interior of a stellar mass. The fabrication and transmutation of materials possible in such an environment guarantees significant industrial and military applications. Probe Team Operations Directorate, Top Secret Report.
Okay, so we've now developed the ability to, as they said, simulate conditions on the inside of a star, which allows us to create a super condensed material. So we can now compress matter until we develop neutronium. And neutronium is basically stuff that is so compacted that there's no space between the atoms, between the molecules, the particles of it. And in this case, what that basically means is it is stronger than, you know, armor made out of lasers, for example. So this is the second to best armor in the game, and it also unlocks super tensile solids, which allow us to do other cool things. So with neutronium armor, we can now build all kinds of cool units that have enormous slabs of armor on them. So you and you need to join that Isle of the Deep again. You need to move down there. Where did that alien artifact go? There it is. A couple turns, it'll be up there. The Isle of the Deep. Do we have an unlinked node really close to us? We have one 14 spaces away. 9 spaces away. There you go. Okay, cool. Good random event.
Maximum population reached.
Another Nessus mining station. Let's build the nano factory. I'm not sure if we're building that somewhere.
A handsome young cyborg named Ace wooed women at every base. But once ladies glanced at his special enhancement, they vanished with nary a trace. Barracks graffiti, Sparta command.
Project initiated.
Okay, so there we go. We've got the cyborg factory, so now we have a bio-enhancement center at every base. Nice little
complete.
soldier's rhyme
Maximum
there, too, although
population
kind of
reached.
menacing. We're going to switch our engineers here over to transcends, I think. Just to get more labs. Honestly, our income is high enough that we don't really need to worry about, you know, money. So, I would prefer to have the extra labs. See, by turning that guy into a transcend, we actually get more labs and economy than we do by harvesting the energy from that square. And more psych. It's just overall better to not be working, to be a transcend instead. But we need it for the nutrients. We need to have those nutrients coming in. So let's build an aerospace complex, and that will
Complete.
take off some of the pressure there. What can you do for me? Fusion lab, you could do that.
Production complete.
More Nessus mining stations.
Maximum population reached.
Oh, Chiron Preserve has entered a golden age. Hooray! We could build a paradise garden, but we don't need to. We need a... One second, we need an aerospace complex up in here.
Production complete.
Okay, another Singularity Planet Buster. We're up to 2. Our nuclear arsenal continues to grow apace. We've got some Locusts of Chiron up here. I'm not sure why I'm still building Locusts of Chiron. They're not important. Let's get a robotic assembly plant instead. Turn you into a transcend. These Locusts of Chiron, yeah, you can fly down here and harass Lal.
Invalid terraform command.
Okay, and you... keep blowing people up in UN headquarters. I don't think Locusts of Chiron can capture base. They can! Locusts of Chiron can capture bases. I had forgotten that. So we've seized control of the planetary data links, and we've taken UN headquarters. Wow, I had legitimately forgotten that I could do that. Let's get an ECM neutronium garrison, shall we? Get that neutronium armor going. And then the recycling tanks, and the ret commons, and probably a tachyon field. That'd be nice. So, in the meantime, we'll move the army on down. So UN Settlement Agency has a lot of units stacked up in it. How much will it take? It takes 3 spaces to get back home. Yep, this guy is, since his power is down so much because he's damaged, and he was only ever a fusion unit to begin with. So, he can't fight effectively. Where do we have some more air units? We have this clean shard chopper down here. Yeah, let's do some damage. Keep it going. Okay, how many moves do you have? 6. It will take you 3 to get out. So you have 3 more attacks. 2. Oh, come on, you can do it.
Combat report.
Alright, there you go. You cleared it out. And mine. Mine, all mine. Transcend? Sure. We do need some nutrients in here, though, especially because, come on, Lao. It's not like everything gets destroyed when you take over a base. They never built it in the first place. How's UN Social Council doing? UN Social Council has, like, no defenses whatsoever. So let's get this done. We'll take over... Actually, I think I'll take these two bases first because they're in between the two I already own. And then... Then I may perform my first nuclear test over here on UN Disaster Relief. I'm not sure how big the splash will be from that, but it'll be pretty significant. It might be able to take out all three of those bases. Actually, if I dropped it on UN Planetary Trust, I think it might take out all of this? I'm not sure. I don't remember if it's radius or diameter of the explosion that is directly related to reactor. Okay, we've got UNC habitat. No, I'm not interested. I'm just... Lal, just stop. Oh, let's get a transcend up in here. So we have a couple of talents. And then, you know what? Instead of ECM, can we make you a police dude? Yeah, let's make you a police photon garrison. Oh, we have ECM photon garrisons. Oh, cancel. What don't we have? France Silksteel Sentinels Mark III? Not sure if we have any of those. Oh, those already have police powers. Okay, build one of those.
Insufficient energy.
Okay, we've got our clean quantum copter over here, which will be more than enough to take out the defenders in these university bases when they turn on me for, you know, all the murder and everything. The doom-splosions. So we're good on that. Yeah, we're about ready to wrap things up with a bang. Getting really, really close to that point. But I need to clear out that guy first. Now, we had somebody wiggling around over there, didn't we?
Bot recovered.
Free tree farm, that's always nice.
Bot recovered. Turn complete.
Oh, shoot. Okay, we got intercepted. And we lost that fight.
Maximum population reached.
UN headquarters has entered a golden age. Because of being owned by me. That's the effect of being owned by the Gaians. Just bam. Golden age. It's fantastic. Everything about our civilization is fantastic.
Industrial-grade nanopaste, planet's most valuable commodity, can also be one of its most dangerous. Simply pour out several canisters, slide in a programming transponder, and step well away while the stuff cooks. In under an hour, the nano will use available materials to assemble a small factory, a hover tank, or enough impact rifles to equip a regiment. Colonel Corazon Santiago, Planet, a survivalist guide.
Okay, so the effects of nanotechnology on the military world. We now have this stuff called nanopaste, industrial grade, which basically just breaks down everything around it and reformulates it into whatever you want. So presumably the nano factory is some kind of giant facility dedicated to producing this stuff. It must be expensive, it must be difficult to make somehow, because otherwise we wouldn't need a secret project to build it. But so the cost to upgrade units is now cut in half, which is really handy because I've been doing a lot of upgrading to keep my military modernized. And we can now repair units easily even when they're not sitting in bases. So that's just a lot more flexibility.
Production complete.
Nessus mining station, orbital power... No, not the self-aware colony. Orbital power transmitter.
Golden age begun.
Yep, another golden age. It's just golden ages everywhere. Yeah, that guy should definitely be,
It is a medical commonplace that the tissues of the human body replace themselves regularly, essentially creating an entirely new body every 7 years. From whence then come cancer and the slow degeneration of age? They exist as faults in the patterns of intelligence within the genes themselves. By reprogramming these smallest parts, the whole becomes well. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, Nonlinear Genetics.
Okay, so we've built our first nano hospital, which
This
is a lot like
unusual
the...
specimen is not so much a classic particle as a connector, a kind of string attaching two particles. As distance increases, the connective power becomes attenuated, but if it is caught, the power vanishes forever. Academician Procor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
This game loves to interrupt me. Okay, so we've now developed Graviton theory, one of the very last Explorer technologies. So with quantum machinery and mind-machine interface, we fully understood gravity, which acts at infinite distances, and with Graviton theory, we can now measure gravitons and affect them, the particle strings that, as they say here, carry gravitational force, which also allows us to create anti-gravity. So anti-grav struts is a special ability you can add that adds either +1 movement or plus reactor times 2 for air units. This means you can create an air unit that can move well over 20 spaces a turn if they're equipped with a singularity engine. And we have the Gravship chassis, which has 8 moves. It is an air unit. It has unlimited fuel. And so basically it can just move as far as you need to and never needs refueling. Also, units with drop pods can now make orbital insertions, which means that rather being limited to a certain radius, they can drop anywhere from anywhere. So yeah, Grav Scout Tank, that's fine. Actually, what I want is I want the Grav ship with the Quantum Laser. Do I want shielding? Oh, wow. Quantum Death Sphere. You've got to love these names. See, that would be cost 210. Whereas with no armor, it's cost 60. Cost 120, cost 90, cost 60. We could give it Silk Steel armor with no increase in cost, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to give it, I can't give it anti-grav struts. Oh man. I wanted to give it anti-grav struts. I thought I could do that. Well, let's make it clean. Clean quantum grav ship. Fine. Thought I could have anti-grav struts. And let's increase RC. Okay, every guy we move off here, move away from production and into being a transcend, gives us, yeah, 12 extra points, or more than 12. That guy gave us 24. That one gave us 12. That one only gave us 4. Gives us a bunch of extra points of research. So over here, we could put a robotic assembly plant here, but we don't really need to. Let's just build... where's our... Yeah, let's build a clean quantum grav ship over here.
Maximum population reached.
Sea Cradle has entered an intellectual golden age. That's nice. Basically, anybody who doesn't produce minerals is now useless, because producing energy is just, like, why? Why would you bother to produce energy when you could instead be a transcend and just have energy coming out of your brain?
Complete.
Okay, Consecrated Waters has built a network node. That's kind of handy. Fusion lab.
Production complete.
Yeah, I don't care. So, at this point, all of this, I've actually been doing this all along, and actually I need to stop, because this thing where I build a farm and then I put a tidal harness on it, that produces squares that are actually worthless at this point, because anything that I can do on one of these squares, I can do, except for, I mean, the nutrients are still handy, but energy-wise, I'm actually better off just taking all these guys away. See, 3368, if I put them back on there, 2553. I am objectively more profitable for not using those squares. Okay, here's our drop quantum shock troops, and as you notice, they are now coming out elite, because we have the free bio enhancement center, as well as the command center. And even with our penalty, it's not enough to stop them from being just perfectly elite morale. Morgan Interstellar, yeah, get you a robotic assembly plant, why don't you? Yep, extract minerals. This clean quantum copter is just waiting to jump on Zakharov. They're just waiting to jump on Zakharov. Isle of the Deep. When our pact ends, we're going to be moved out of territory. So, hi dude, what do you think you're doing? Are you going off to build a new base? Okay, we've got our third Singularity Planet Buster. Let's move it on down.
Terraform complete.
What happened to my... Oh, he moved off, that's right. Okay, well that's fine. Another technology! Oh boy.
What goes up? Better doggone well stay up. Morgan Gravitonics, company slogan.
Okay, so with applied gravitonics, since we discovered graviton theory, we can now actually control gravity in a very directed way, which allows us to levitate objects, and somehow that also allows the creation of the graviton gun. Presumably we are now using applied gravity to just, I don't know, squish things? Something like that. And it unlocks controlled singularity, which becomes the most powerful possible weapon, as well as gives us the singularity inductor. So, we now have, yep, graviton copters. Yep, okay, cool. Yep, good, great, fantastic, wonderful. I love y'all. And let's get this guy back to pick those things up. Okay, I think I'm going to cut this here. We are on the cusp of some pretty cool stuff. We are about to... We're going to clear out these last couple of LAL bases down here, and then we will be in position to... Oh, there's Hydrothermal Institute and the UN Peace Anchorage. We will be in position to conduct our nuclear tests. Morgan Energy Monopoly has a drone. Where'd that drone come from? Facilities, police, secret projects. Ugh. Morgan Energy Monopoly, how could you? There, that's better. So we have our nuclear force is building up rapidly, and we will soon unleash it on an unsuspecting world. Too bad, so sad, they're all going to die. So in any case, thank you all so much for watching this. I really appreciate each and every one of you, my viewers. If you liked this video, leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel, where more content like this will be coming your way on the regular. And of course, leave a comment. Tell me something about the game that I don't know. There are still things that I don't know about this game. Or tell me what game you would like to see next, because we will be finishing up with this pretty soon. We'll be ending with a bang, and then probably moving on to the next stage of existence in Alpha Centauri, and the next game in real life. So thank you all once again, and I will see you in the next one.